nitty-gritty of first, and then we can do apologies for absence. Welcome to this meeting of the Planning Committee. We're recording this meeting this evening using our webcasting system. The webcast will be transmitted live and will also be available on the Council's website following the meeting. Generally, the public seating area are not filmed. However, by entering the meeting room and using the public seating area, you're consenting to being filmed and to the possible use of those images and sound recording for webcasting and training purposes. I have the discretion to stop or suspend the recordings of the meeting should this be necessary to maintain the proper running of the meeting. This is a meeting of the Council held in public. It is not a public meeting. All mobile devices should be switched off or set to silent so that the meeting is not interrupted by ringtones. Anyone else intending to film or audio record any part of the meeting is asked to do so in a manner that does not disrupt the meeting. Please refrain from filming the public gallery or public speakers on items. If the fire alarm sounds, leave by the nearest exit and officers will advise when it is safe to return to the meeting. Procedure for each item. The planning officer will present their report and committee members will ask any points of clarification. The meeting will allow those who have given notice that they wish to address the committee on a particular application to do so. Each person will be invited to come forward to the table at the front of the public seating area and will have 3 minutes to give their views. Thank you. I'm going to do apologies for absence. I think we have apology from Councillor Blake. We have an apology from Councillor Harrison. And we have apology from Councillor Callaghan. Have we any more apologies? No. All right, thank you. Item 2, declarations of interest and lobbying. To receive any declarations of interest from members in accordance with paragraph 9 of the Members' Code of Conduct and declarations of where members have been lobbied on any application in accordance with Section 5 of the Guidance Notes on Regulatory Matters, the role of members and officers. Thank you. Any? Okay, Chris?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yes, I'm Members Director on SEMPRA, so I need to excuse myself on the second.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, Chair.
Okay. Just to confirm the minutes of the Planning Committee held on the 2nd of October 2024. For those that were there, all those in favour, please show. Okay, thank you. We go straight away to item 4, which is a variation of condition number 4, operational hours attached to planning permission, refurbishment of Town Square, including new paving, cafes, restaurants, Class A3, pavilion for retailing and Western Gateway, to extend opening hours of West Pavilion to between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. daily, currently 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. West Pavilion, Town Square, Basildon. I think this is you, Eunice, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Larkin. Good evening, everyone. So my application is for West Pavilion. It's a variation of condition to change the operational hours from 7 a.m. to 6 a.m. This will facilitate a move to the pavilion by Greggs from their current location at the Town Square, which is due to be redeveloped as part of the Market Square mixed-use redevelopment scheme. The proposal will allow Greggs to keep their current operating hours. This is the aerial photo of the site. This is the site within its context. We also have an example of the site in a location plan for further context, and this is a site photo of the West Pavilion in context. So the main key issues of this application are the impact it has on neighbour amenity with regard to noise and disturbance from the extraction and ventilation equipment and the vitality of Basildon Town Centre. The Council's Environmental Health Department have not objected to the variation of operating time subject to planning conditions to protect the amenities of residents. And the proposed change in operating hours, presently 7 a.m. to 6 a.m., will not cause harm in terms of noise or amenity impacts to the neighbouring residents. And the application will allow an established business to retain as a presence within the town centre whilst the Market Square scheme development is being constructed. Thank you. That's that's me. Thank you.
So I think we go straight in if there's no... Sorry, did you have any questions?
No.
No. Okay. We'll go straight into the application. That the planning application 24008, I think it's 76, is it 76? I believe it is, there's two. Yeah, 76, be granted. 72. Yeah, I don't know what that one is, but yeah, this one here, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Recommend that the planning application number 2401072 VAR be granted conditional planning permission. All those in favour, please show. I think that's anonymous. Everybody wants to vote for it. Thank you. So we go straight into item 5. I think that's you, David.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Find you there. The application relates to change of use of land to be incorporated within the rear gardens of a number of properties within the development of the what they call the Broadmain scheme that Sempra are currently developing on the adjoining site. The site itself is this sliver of land shown in red on the plan there. At the moment, it's just rough grassed land. It was an area owned by the adjoining housing association, but it's basically not of benefit to them. So they're looking at well, I think Sempra have actually acquired it and want to incorporate it into the adjoining scheme. So the site itself, as I say, at the moment, it forms a part of a area of open space, or had done, which the council have agreed to be redeveloped as a housing estate, and therefore they would just leave this area as a strip of unused, useless land to a certain extent, and the intention is to incorporate the area into, there's just a few photos of what it shows, so that's the area. And the idea is to incorporate it into the gardens of the properties on the kind of southern part of that slide there. the areas would, say, enlarge the gardens of the properties with accesses to those rear gardens and some landscaped areas to the north and south. So the main issues are, say, the impact on the character. Say the site had been part of the open space, but it's not felt it serves any purpose now. The previous permission on the adjoining site showed that there was a surplus of open space in the immediate area, and it's not felt that the loss of this thin strip of open space would cause any issues, and therefore the principle is accepted. In terms of the visual aspect, the proposal will be enclosed by fencing to match that proposed on the adjoining site to incorporate this into the gardens, therefore improving the character of that particular strip of land. It'd also enable the proposed dwellings to have slightly larger gardens and therefore better standard of amenity for those future residents. So in terms of impact on neighbouring properties, so there would be some impact in such that at the moment it's an open area and would be enclosed, but however it would just be gardens backing onto other gardens, quite common situation you'd have, and very limited impact in that respect. So I've mentioned there, improve the standard of the accommodation of the future occupiers and wouldn't lead to any highway or parking issues. The other aspect is the kind of design and crime aspect of it. If it was left as it was intended, it could have potentially been an area where antisocial behaviour could have occurred. The intention is to try and eradicate that potential by enclosing the area into the gardens of the adjoining properties. So overall, it's felt it would be an improvement in the area, and subject to conditions set out on 29 and 30, it's been recommended for approval to the committee. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, David. Is anybody with any clarification points? No? No? Right, so shall I call Melanie now? Can I call Melanie to speak, please, from Sempra? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening. I am Melanie Keys, Service Manager for Sempra Homes, and speaking in support of this application. This application has been submitted on behalf of Sempra Homes, the landowner and developer of the site. Sempra Homes is the wholly owned subsidiary company of Basden Council with a track record of delivering high quality homes in a range of tenures for residents across the borough. The associated planning application for this scheme, known as Broadmain, was granted approval to construct 35 new homes, with construction recently starting on site. Once complete, the scheme will deliver 17 social rented homes, which equates to 49% on-site affordable housing delivery, and these homes will be allocated by Basden Council as per their allocation policy. The remaining 18 homes will be brought to the market for private sale, with priority given to borough residents and veterans to purchase. Since the original planning application was submitted, and in an effort to improve the layout of the development for both new and existing residents, Sempra purchased a small strip of land adjacent to the site to incorporate into the new development area. This strip of land was formerly owned by Estuary Housing Association, who owns the adjacent estate at Napier Close. Incorporating this strip of land into the new development we believe to be good estate management, as it will reduce the opportunity for antisocial behaviour between the neighbouring properties' gardens. Also, it will be a difficult area to maintain for either party, as well as a potential area for antisocial behaviour or littering. Approval of today's application will allow Sempra to incorporate this vacant land into the garden areas of 4 of the previously approved homes, which will further improve the quality of their amenity space. It will also ensure that instead of an unused gap between the new and existing homes, the residential gardens of numbers 11 to 23 Napier Close will be back to back with the new gardens, removing the possibility of unwanted loitering and in keeping with secure by design principles. The committee are also requested to note that Sempra are delivering this development in partnership with government's One Public Estate under their land release programme. To conclude, Sempre Homes requests that the committee approve this application on the basis that it will have a positive result in terms of urban design, good estate management, security and quality of life to both new and existing residents. I would like to thank the planning officers for their assistance with this matter and also the committee for your time today in consideration of this application. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Have we any more questions before we can go into the vote? Anybody? No? I'd just like to add, it's nice to see that people with homes, with children, have bigger gardens, and when there is just extra space that's wasteland, it's a good idea. It gives the children more things to do in their garden. It makes everybody a little bit happier, so I'm quite pleased with this application. Thank you. I'll go straight into the recommendation. It is recommended that the committee resolves that the planning application 2400944 be granted planning permission subject to the conditions set out in section 7 with any amendments that might be necessary up to the issues of the decision notice. All those in favour, please show. Thank you, everyone. That's the end of our meeting. Very short and sweet. I think people will be pleased with that. And thank you for substituting, Victoria, and you, our mayor. Thank you.